Hey there, my friend, and thanks so much for joining me for this special bonus lesson. So I know you have the goal of wanting to improve your English pronunciation. I know you want to feel as comfortable and confident speaking English as you do in your native language. And I definitely want to help you reach that goal. So in this lesson, we're going to talk about 5 mistakes that you're likely making that are keeping you from making real progress in improving your pronunciation. And we'll talk about how to fix these mistakes so you can start feeling real improvement. By the end of this lesson, you'll know the steps you need to take to really meet your speaking goals. I'm also going to share a little information with you about Cautious to Confident, my pronunciation training program that's opening for enrollment in just a few weeks. That way you can decide if this program might be a good fit for you. Sound like a plan? All right, let's dive in. Mistake number 1. You're not speaking out loud. In order to improve your pronunciation, you have to speak out loud a lot. I know this may seem obvious, but think about how often you just process things inside your head. You know, you hear something or you read something and you digest the information, but you never really practice anything out loud. Listening and reading are great learning activities, but they're passive. Pronunciation training has to be active, and that's where that speaking out loud component comes in. You have to speak out loud a lot. You have to get used to the idea of talking to yourself, of speaking to an empty room and pretending that you're having a conversation with a friend or giving a presentation to a group of colleagues. This must happen. Inside Cautious to Confident, you get bite size of pronunciation training activities that get you speaking out loud every day. And even beyond that, we're going to learn how and what to practice so that you can continue dominating your spoken English even after our program ends. Mistake number 2, you don't have a plan. You practice a little here, a little there, with no real sequence or strategy. This spray and pray approach to pronunciation training doesn't work. You want to approach pronunciation training the same way you would approach preparing your body for a physical challenge, like running a big race. You want to build your skills strategically and sequentially. You want to follow a plan that gets you from where you are now to that race-ready condition. Inside Cautious to Confident, my students receive a day-by-day training plan. So all you have to do is log in and follow the program. Pretty great, right? So mistake number 2, you don't have a plan, goes hand in hand with mistake number 3. You're focusing on too much. The age of the internet. There's so much information right there at our fingertips. I mean, just Google how to improve my English pronunciation and you'll literally get like 150 million results. It's all right there. And it's all free, right? But what ends up happening with this kind of what I call search and click approach to training and learning is that you end up spending a lot of time on things that don't make a big difference. There's a hierarchy to pronunciation training, and you want to focus on the things that are going to give you the most results. Have you ever heard of the 80-20 principle? The idea that 80% of your results are going to come from 20% of your efforts, or 20% of all there is to learn. And this is definitely true in pronunciation training. You can waste loads of time learning about and practicing things that don't make a big difference. That's why it's important to follow a plan that is sequenced and strategic. And that's exactly what we do inside Cautious to Confident. All right, mistake number 4. The thought that any native speaker can help you improve your pronunciation. I mean, maybe your best friend's a native speaker. You might be married to a native speaker. Or maybe you're surrounded by native speakers every day at work. Surely these people can help you with your pronunciation, right? Not so much. There's 2 main reasons why this doesn't work. First, it's rude to correct you, especially with coworkers. They might notice that you make a mistake, but they're never gonna say anything because it might be rude. I mean, what if they offend you? Number 2, and this is the big one, a native speaker has no idea what exactly the mistake is and definitely doesn't know how to help you fix it. When we speak in our native language, we just talk. It's habitual, right? We don't think about how the sounds are formed or the way the words are coming out of our mouth. We just open our mouth and talk, right? I mean, think about it. In your native language, this is how it works. You don't give it a lot of thought. You don't know the mechanics of how and why things sound the way they do. The only way a native speaker can identify, explain, and help you refine an error is if they've studied pronunciation. I remember years and years ago, back in grad school for speech pathology, learning about all the different sounds of English and really realizing how many more sounds there were in English than letters in the alphabet. Like, mind totally blown. And then later learning about how the letter T sometimes sounds like a quick D. I mean, I'd been drinking water and living in a city and saying, "see you later," my whole life, but I never had any idea or any thought or realization that I did this D for T thing. Again, mind totally blown. So you can't have just anybody guide you in pronunciation training. You have to have someone who's really studied and trained in this area, someone who has made it their thing. For example, I'm a speech language pathologist, which means I have a master's degree in the study of speech sounds and language development. This means I have a solid foundation in the science of spoken language. And even more than that, I specialize in English pronunciation training. And for years, I've worked with students from around the globe. And this experience with these students is what has allowed me to build a successful program like Cautious to Confident. And finally, mistake number 5, feeling like you need to be perfect. I know you, my friend. You are a perfectionist. You and I are alike in this way. We feel like we need to get things just right. But unfortunately, this type of mindset can really hold us back from making progress. We go over and over something until it's just right, essentially running in place instead of moving forward. Or worse, we get frustrated because it's not perfect and we give up. As I say over and over again inside Cautious to Confident, pronunciation training is all about progress, not perfection. Small steps forward each day, or most days, leads to massive progress over time. And we have to celebrate our successes instead of constantly belittling ourselves for not being perfect. Nobody's perfect. This mindset shift is essential if you want to be successful in pronunciation training. So there you have it, my friend. 5 common mistakes that will keep you from making progress and improving your pronunciation. I hope now it's clear how to address these problems and start making real progress towards achieving your speaking goals. And hey, if you're interested in joining me for Cautious to Confident, be sure to click on the link below and join the waitlist. As a waitlist member, you'll receive 24-hour advanced notice from the rest of the world when enrollment opens. This gives you an advanced chance to grab one of my limited VIP student spots. As a VIP student, you and I get a chance to work together one-on-one. Each week, we'll have a 20-minute live coaching session, and each week you're able to submit recorded practice directly to me for in-depth personal feedback. Again, just click on that link below to join the waitlist, and I will send you an email when it's go time. Wishing you all the best, my friend, and wishing you much success in this and all other endeavors. Until next time.